Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to cut my report down. I know we're running a little over here. Just let people know that tomorrow we're all meeting with the Corps of Engineers concerning the West Bank Hurricane Protection Levee in New Orleans. We're supposed to have all of the agencies that are decision-making there, the Corps of Engineers, DNR, Wildlife and Fisherie, EPA, DEQ, DOTD, so hopefully we'll move a step closer to getting that permit. We met with the managers from Monsanto, Mr. Schexnaydre, Mr. Taset, and Mr. Authament was with us on their new expansion. It showed us the location, where the new facilities will be going, and it's going to be, I think they're going to create 35 more new jobs and create more tax dollars coming to this parish. We also met with the Dow plant manager on their expansion. Also showed us their new EOC facility. Quite impressive. They're supposed to have a ribbon cutting ceremonies in the next few months. The Bonnet-Carré Spillway had a public hearing at Destrain High School to develop their master plan, and I guess we must have had about maybe 100 residents showed up, gave their input. Relay for Life event is hosting a do-over because of the rain event at this previous event. The event will be held at 6 o'clock on Saturday, June the 21st, at 6 o'clock, June the 21st at the Landry Gym right here. Skip over that. Sam and his staff had a kickoff meeting with CH2M Hill Engineers for the design of the wastewater treatment headworks repair we've been talking to you so much about. Task order has been issued, and we're looking at approximately 60 to 90 days to develop the drawings due to the problem of finding a way to do that bypass. You might have noticed the fresh paint on some of the fire hydrants. We hired some summer kids to do that job. The hydrants are looking good, and the kids are really working hard. We received notification that our pre-application to the statewide flood control program for the Authament floodwater and West Bank Hurricane Protection Levee project was reviewed and accepted, and we have been invited to proceed with development and full application for the project. That's the project that Paul's been talking about, that sheet pile along Bayou des Allemands. I'll skip over that. Skip over that. We are working with the Louisiana Solution, a consulting company hired by the Louisiana Recovery Authority, to help us prepare an application for a waterworks project to be funded with $1 million, a little over $1 million that was allocated to the parish for the parish long-term community recovery program. And St. Charles Parish has also received notification of a public safety communication allotment of $73,790 from the Governor's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness for the purchase of subscriber units, that's radios, and dispatch consoles for use with the state's P25 communication system. We also received notification of another allocation of $358,228 from the Governor's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness through the Generative Initiative Project. We've submitted this to provide a emergency generator to run the whole courthouse during the hurricane events. Mr. Donaldson from the purchasing department came to today, and we're trying to finalize our pre-preparedness plan for the hurricane season. We identified I think 29 temporary generators to be placed at all the pumping stations, major lift stations. The cost of about $221,000, I think it was, Bobby, $221,000 for the year. We may never use them. We cut 2 months off the rental. Tab feels that we should go from July 1st to October the 15th. We were going to go from June the 1st, but we cut that month off, and we cut off November too. So it is going to cost the parish around $220,000 to have these emergency generators available, even if we don't use them. That's quite a expense, but if we need them, we got to have them. If we don't use them, we just lost $220,000. Sam was talking about some of the things I've been talking to earlier. We had a meeting, him and I had a meeting Friday to discuss this $74 million worth of projects that we have to do. We only have 27 million. And one of the things Sam said, V.J., how does Jefferson Parish get all that funding for those canals that goes to the pumping station with these, they all nice and paved and huge canals? How do you get that money? And I really didn't know. So I had a lunch with Aaron Broussard Friday, and he said they have lobbyists. They actually pay a lobbyist in Washington to do those, to hustle those funds. He said going to Washington like we do during the NACO convention. We heard it into a room. We got a half an hour. When a half an hour comes, they call Mary Landry or Senator Vitt out of there. They heard us into the next room, and somebody comes right behind them. So one of the things I'm actually looking at is hiring a lobbyist in Washington. I don't know who he is going to be or what firm it's going to be yet. I'm just making some phone calls, getting some proposals in. Before I make a decision, I'd like them to meet with each one of you individually. I know we're going to take a lot of heat from it. It's a risk-reward event. We may spend, Aaron said it's between $100,000 and $150,000 a year, so it's a risk-reward. Do we want to spend $100,000 to gain 50 or 60 million worth of funding? Is something I think we need to seriously look at if we're going to identify and be able to fund these projects that Sam's talking about. So I just want to make you aware of what I'm going to be coming to you in the next few weeks. And that concludes my report, Mr. Chairman.